This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 11th day of July in the year 2018. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Drama unfolded in the National Assembly this morning as an anti-bribery and corruption forum organized for members of the National Assembly got underway. It was poorly attended by government members of parliament, but opposition parliamentarians turned out in their numbers and demanded the resignation of the facilitator of the forum, British fraud expert and advisor to the Special Organized Crime Unit, Sam Sitlington.
As he has indicated quite clearly.
But then he should resign.
Well,
he should resign
because
it's a conflict of interest and it's not doing good for his portfolio. I'm not harassing anybody. We came here for...
PPP backbencher Harry Gill. He urged the SOCO advisor to either move to investigate the perceived and suspected instances of corruption within the government or resign. Mr. Sitlington was defended by Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu, who criticized the government for coming to the forum with a clear motive.
To turn this into a lynch gang is not helpful. It is not helpful. The intention is clear, patently clear, by calling for Dr. Sitlington to resign because I want that statement to be withdrawn.
In his own defense, the SOCO advisor said SOCO could only investigate matters that are referred to the police or cases referred by the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit. But Opposition Chief Whip Gil Teixeira took issue with that. The forum continued with more talk about Sitlington and his role at SOCO than about corruption and bribery. The Guyana Water Incorporated has assured that although tests have confirmed mercury levels higher than what is acceptable in samples of water in Port Kaituma, efforts are afoot to make available alternative access to potable water. GWI's Managing Director Dr. Richard Van Charles told reporters today that the water company has stopped pumping water in the area as it looks for other sources. The public utilities company is currently drilling another well as a fix to the threat currently facing residents of the Port Kaituma area.
We have done some analysis of some samples taken, this is in Port Kaituma, taken, and those results have shown levels above the accepted levels for WHO.
Officials of the company believe the situation is compounded by repeated and willful acts of sabotage to its water distribution center in Madia.
We don't know what chemicals these miners are using, and if those chemicals get into the pipes, it will get to the community, and these same miners will have families residing in Madia, and you don't want a chemical which is dangerous to your health get into the lines and then get to your family members or your friends or your loved ones. And so that is one of the risks that is facing us right now.
The company said it is unsure what chemicals are being used in illegal mining operations, but it is greatly concerned about the threat of contamination. On the police blotter, police detectives have arrested a suspect as they continue their probe into the murder of a Camerville bandit and his son. Investigators were called to the man's home at Delve Avenue and Craig Street, Camerville, yesterday morning, where they discovered the bodies of the two men in a partly decomposed state. Both bodies reportedly bore a number of stab wounds. The two had not been heard from or seen since last Saturday. The two men were identified as 62-year-old Pandit Diwan Laila and his son 26-year-old Gopal Laila. The father and son lived alone in the upper flat of the two-story building. It was a tenant on the bottom flat who raised an alarm after noticing that there was a strong stench coming from the building. Police investigators have not offered any information on the suspect, but have reportedly realized that there was no forced entry into the building, indicating that whoever carried out the double murder may have been known to the two men. And finally this evening, a 19-year-old woman who was nabbed with 119 cocaine pellets in her stomach was today sentenced to 3 years in jail and fined $1.4 million after pleading guilty to cocaine trafficking. The woman, Anisha Hardy of South Ruanville, stood before the chief magistrate and admitted that on the 6th of July she had 1.5 pounds of cocaine in her possession for the purpose of trafficking. The cocaine was concealed in pellets and were found in the woman's stomach after she was taken to a hospital to undergo an x-ray. She spent the past 3 days excreting the pellets. Dressed in all white with long flowing braids, the teenager did not offer any statement in court when offered the opportunity to do so. She gazed and showed no emotions as the jail sentence was handed down. The young woman was arrested by the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit while preparing to board a New York-bound flight. Her arrest led to a search of a Pleasance property where over 200 cocaine pellets were found, already prepared for possible swallowers. A number of persons were arrested and are likely to face charges as the probe continues. 2 other men are also being sought by KANU in connection with the same case. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. Gordon Mosley reporting.